So did y'all see this one coming? All these companies retracting from Ye behind his remarks. Let me read this statement from Adidas. Adidas does not tolerate anti-Semitism and any other sort of hate speech. Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values. As much as he possibly is or was the richest black man in the world or in the country, and he's a multi-billionaire, there's still people above him. There's still people that could say it's over. Remember that Chris Rock joke when he was trying to separate rich from wealth? He was like, nah, Shaq is rich. The white man that signs his check is wealthy. Now, don't get it twisted. I do believe that at this point, Shaq is wealthy, but it's just making the point. Levels. As much as he parades around thinking that he's the best thing since Jesus or Yeezus, just like that. We was just talking about this interview last week, and just like that, it just seems like the whole world is coming down for this man. There's reports that he's no longer a billionaire. You see his own ex-wife, Kim, she tweets, taking a stance against him. All these companies retracting, fans retracting. I mean, this is far from presidential. The way that he's acting, his conduct, it's far from presidential, because we keep talking about levels and layers and these power structures. The president isn't the top dog. Who's foolish enough to believe that? The president's the one that takes that podium and addresses the country, delivers the message. It's like a spearhead. It's like a spear figure. How much do they say the president's salary is, by the way? Go look it up. And you telling me you could vote for this man considering his behavior? You know what his biggest downfall is? It's always been one of his biggest crutches, but even these last few weeks, it's his arrogance. And as much as I question the facades of government, I still would never vote for somebody like Kanye West, because you still must represent the country and you act like that. Let me give you an example of how I expect my president to act. I went and watched that Candace Owens documentary, The Greatest Lie Ever Sold. The whole video that's allegedly exposing the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as breaking down the death of George Floyd. I watched it a couple days ago. I kind of got intrigued and wrapped up in this whole drink champs and Ye thing, and a lot of things that Candace Owens has been saying recently. She came to Ye's defense as far as George Floyd's family coming out and saying that they're going to sue Kanye for $250 million and all that type of stuff. I said, let me go watch this documentary for myself. Stay on point here. I'm talking about being responsible. Now, if you have an open mind like me, you can watch that documentary and you can see that there's flaws. There definitely is things that's up for interpretation, for question, things that's unclear, things that's gray, things that may even change your perspective on a couple of things. Now, as far as the corruption, allegedly, of the Black Lives Matter movement and how people came along and started to pillage all those funds, millions and millions and millions of dollars, that part of the documentary, it's ugly. I mean, we heard about that. I stay true to my word that my belief in Black Lives Matters comes from the message that it correlates to the country, correlates to all the different cultures of the country, correlates even to the black man and the black woman's plight. That's what's important to me when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement. But that ugly side of the amount of money that was possibly and allegedly pillaged and raped from all that funding that came in. I mean, this documentary is showing all these tax reports, and tax filings of all these millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars that were funneled and allegedly washed through these non-Black Lives Matter related companies and entities and friends, and even the segment about George Floyd. It does open up a couple perspectives that make you think about things that maybe you didn't think about before. But being irresponsible, not being presidential, being overly arrogant is coming out and making some statement like, yeah, his knee wasn't even on his neck like that. Even if it wasn't, no president of mine, no public ambassador, no person that is responsible with a platform that big just arrogantly comes out and says things like that. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I feel like Kanye is smart enough to say things in a way where they would go over, to get his messages out, to actually fulfill all his creative thoughts and his free thinking. He doesn't possess the humility to even word things the right way so that it can go over and his message actually reach the people that he's intending to reach. When I watched that interview he just did with, what's his name, Piers Morgan, you see his arrogance on full display. It's a shame too, because there's so many times where Ye gets over very, very needed ideas and statements. But you see these moments in the interview where his arrogance just shines, where he's just laughing and trying to be a jokester. He's being immature. He goes out of his way to correct them. Like, no, you said a billionaire. No, no. Multi. It's like some of that could be calmer. You go out of your way to just, hop in these DMs and tell all your friends I'm richer than you and I have more money than you, and try to tell everybody you're this, you're that. I'm rich. And just like that, Adidas pulls the plug, and then they say that was a big part of your $1 billion that you was claiming. You know what I'm saying? It's like that could be calmer. Can he be elected as a president? In this world, you never know. But what I'm saying is he will never be presidential. Presidential to me, once again, is somebody that just knows how to carry himself, knows how to put himself out there, knows how to say the right things at the right times. And I'm not trying to say manipulate the whole country, but you have to keep things in line because we run a democracy here. I ain't praying on a man's downfall, but it's just a shame to watch. It just feels that he's so self-destructive, and all these losses are self-inflicted. I mean, as far as these sneakers, if this is what took him to be a multi-billionaire or a billionaire or whatever, I'm pretty sure he'll clarify it. So given the opportunity, people are going to continue to wear these sneakers for 3 reasons. Number 1, they're expensive. Number 2, they're kind of dope. And for number 3, people love to be rebellious. So just to represent, something that's not going over easy, something that's argumentative, something that has a debate around it, people are going to wear it for that factor as well. So for me, it's just footwear. But for Ye, hopefully it's not your entire empire that you was banking on, because you're just throwing it all away.